Hi Booyoob, hi Mark. Today I want to talk about Planet of the Apes and why I love it so very much. And I do love it very, 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 very much. I was fascinated by Planet of the Apes from a very young age. Because it was such a cultural touchstone, I already knew the twist. We all know the twist. Right? Spoilers. But I also noticed at the video store there were 5 whole Planet of the Apes movies. Somehow. This wasn't like James Bond or Godzilla where it was just many, many, many different kinds of movies in the same vein. This was one continuous story, maybe? And it also wasn't like Star Trek, that it came from a TV show. This seemed to be some sort of bizarre, isolated franchise, popular enough to have 5 movies, but unpopular enough that I knew nothing about them except for the first one, which I knew almost everything about, having not seen any of them, which was so saturated into our lives that it had been parodied.
Dear me, what are those things coming out of her nose?
Hey, watch my helmet. Spaceballs?
Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Oh, Dr. Zayas.
Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas.
If the copyright bots are watching, this is for school. Hi! Monkey! I love Planet of the Apes so much that I borrowed a few lines for our intro.
I leave the 20th century with no regrets.
We leave the 20th century with no regrets.
Time bends. Space is boundless.
Time bends. Space is boundless.
And I tend to sneak little references into the shows whenever I can.
I used to live here, work here.
This used to be my home. I lived here, worked here.
But Mark, that's how I love it, not why I love it. Let's talk about why I love these weird, old, arguably slow movies so much. Let's start with the bear. Nope. 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 The bear is what Outer Limits writer-producer Joseph Stefano called the monster or alien that popped up into every episode. That term is sort of a shorthand catch-all to describe movie monsters or the fun fiddly creatures by, I don't know, me and Dana Gould, probably. As most people who grew up liking monster movies know, the monster's really not in the movie that much. Even Godzilla was, at most, in his movie, 26 minutes. I keep burping. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna go to the kitchen. You guys need anything? Even Godzilla was, at most, in his movie for 26 minutes, according to this one Reddit thread I found. I don't know. I'm not watching and timing all of the Godzilla movies. My childhood exceptions being Gamera or anything Ray Harryhausen did. You can't see those. They're off screen. I have Ray Harryhausen movies right here off screen. But in Planet of the Apes, Mark, the bear is there the whole time. As a kid, this was like winning the monster lottery. The monsters are here, they look cool, and they're good and bad guys. So no matter what's happening, you're with some pocket of ape. Pocket of... They look cool as heck, and they're the good and the bad guys. So you're emotionally connecting all over the place. Plus the music in the first one is just... Come on, get out of town. All day. So I'm a kid, I'm a teenager, I'm discovering these ape films for the first time. It's awesome. I love Cornelius.
Does the other one talk?
Only when she lets me.
I love Zira.
Do we want some sugar, old-timer?
Zira.
But you're so damned ugly.
But Monsters and Fun will only take you so far. I love Gamera still, but I don't rewatch all of his movies once a year like I do with Planet of the Apes. And Rocky, but Rocky's not really a monster. We're talking about monsters. And you don't hear me prattling on all the time about Gamera. So why does adult me love Planet of the Apes? And why might you like them too? And I know you've never seen them, Mark. I know this. Here's the quick pitch. Between 1968 and 1973, the nation was going through some tumultuous times. Can't relate? Mark, these movies didn't just do a retread of the first movie 4 more times. They changed each story to mirror what we're, and still are, dealing with. Those things were, Mark, annihilation from nuclear war.
Doomsday bomb. My God.
Lifestyle prejudice at the hands of the state.
Well, there is a time for truth, and a time not for lies, but for silence. And until we know who our friends are and who our enemies...
And how in the name of God are we to know that unless we communicate?
Race and the systems that sustain them.
The belief that human beings are kind.
No, Caesar. There are some.
Oh, a handful perhaps, but not most of them. No, they won't learn to be kind until we force them to. We can't do that until we are free.
And mutant war.
As the mutants, strange, transformed men who live underground like moles.
Whatever, it's still a fine film. So watching these films now, underneath the outdated but still phenomenal John Chambers makeup, the old-fashioned pacing, and the occasional cheesy bit, they've got something to say. There are people out there who want ugly things. They want to control you, or kill you, or hate you. Or worse, they don't really care what happens to you at all, as long as they get a little bit more money, or a little bit more power, or a little bit more anything. But there are also people out there who will help you, who will risk everything for a stranger, just because they need it, or because they can, or because it's just the right thing to do. A lot of the problems we've been facing for decades. And that's not very comforting. But a lot of these issues are better at least than they were in 1968. And that's a little comforting. Why does this say perhaps only the dead? This just says perhaps only the dead. I don't know what I meant.
Lawgiver, who knows about the future?
Perhaps only the dead.
I don't know. Play me out.
I hate every ape I see, from chimpanzee to chimpanzee.
Okay, thanks for watching my first solo video without Mark. Mark Booyud, thank you for watching my first solo video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. While you're here, check out some of our other videos. Listen to the podcast if you haven't. I assume you have. It'd be kind of weird if you were watching this not knowing what the podcast was. But if that's the case, welcome. Watch Planet of the Apes. Listen to our podcast. The end. I don't know. Our signature sign-off salute.